I first got introduced to Flo Milli on the first project. Ho, why's you here? Now you back with, you still here, Ho?
Period.
Tell me the story you telling with these album titles, man. What was the thinking behind this?
Everything from the beginning came from my love for reality TV shows, because I don't know if anybody knew, but I got that from Jocelyn. You still here, Ho? I mean,
Ho, why's you here? I didn't even think about it till just, okay.
So that's where it came from, and like, we didn't intentionally do the reality TV until we kind of thought about it. Like with this album, everything is like a stem of what I grew up on. Like I grew up on reality TV shows. I grew up watching the things I've been doing, like the skits I've been doing with my album. Like those are like things that I grew up on. It's kind of like in my body to know. So like the whole inspiration about it was just like with my first mixtape, everybody was talking a lot of with, you know, my voice, me not being versatile. And it's just like, this album is just to make a statement, like, you still here, Ho. You still here, you still watching me, you still liking my pictures, you still listening. So it's like, it must be something you like. So
Exactly. You could be a battle rapper though. You got smoke for all these hating hoes. I mean, your first record was Beef that went viral.
Yeah.
Like, where did that energy come from as far as your approach to music?
Well, in high school, I had a lot of girls that didn't like me, so I made good grades in school. I was kind of like the good girl, but I just felt like I was always confident, and like at times people at a young age couldn't understand that, and it came off as whatever to them. But like I kind of channeled that energy into music. Like I couldn't fight because it was like I was in honor society. I had a lot to lose.
Right.
So when it came to my aggression, I just found ways in doing that with like writing music, dancing, singing, whatever. But I still ended up being somebody's ass. But you know, it's
sometimes you gotta chin check somebody. You know.
Yeah, you got to, cause
we don't condone it, but we support it.
Right.
I love that you're leaning into it though, because you're performing Conceited, which embodies that energy, and you're performing Bedtime.
Right.
But I want to get into the record, right? You still here, Ho. You got New York from reality TV, Tiffany Pollard doing the intro and the outro. How did that come about? How did you reach out to her?
So it was real easy, but like New York was kind of already tapped in, because before, like, I want to say back in 2020, I used to do like TikToks and like basically pretending to be New York, and it was just for jokes because that's what I love doing. But I remember one of them went viral, and I saw she was commenting on it, and I was like, wow, like she don't even know, like I grew up watching her and stuff. So she posted me one time, and we kind of just interacted on social media like that, and then I started to like DM her. Then we got each other number, and it just started like that. And she was so open to do it. Like,
that's fire.
She was really into it.
If you could make a cameo on any reality TV show, which one would it be? And what would your energy be? Like what character, what persona would Flo Milli be on a reality TV show?
I'm gonna have to go with Bad Girls Club, because that's a cultural one that I grew up on, and I feel like that's easy for me. Like I could have fit right in, but I would have went as myself. Like even if I wasn't Flo Milli, I would have just been Tamia, but I still would have had the same attitude, still, you know, getting on hoes and like that. So, yeah.
Period. Let's talk about scripted television though, because what's so dope is we have a lot of female creators that are creating shows that allow for FemCs to have music on these soundtracks. I'm thinking about Issa Rae. I'm thinking about hearing your record on Insecure. What is it like hearing yourself in your favorite shows?
It's so crazy. Like I remember that day when she posted it and it was with the baby. I was like, what? Like this is crazy, because like I love Issa Rae, and like it's so dope to know that I'm like, that's gonna be out there forever. So I think that's so dope that my songs are on these shows.
And I feel like it creates a context for the music, right? Like it's like the soundtrack of this environment, because when I'm watching even shows like Rap, Issa Rae's new show, and you're on the playlist for that show as well, right?
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. So that's crazy. But you know, it's a different era every couple of years. So I think with the music that's being put out right now, it's just fit into like the shows it's putting out. Like, so it's all culture to me, and I think it's a great thing, because years from now we gonna watch these shows and be like, wow, I was a part of that wave. Like, that's dope.
You recently dropped the video for Big Stepper.
Yes.
What inspired the treatment for the visual for Big Stepper?
Well, I kind of let the director be a little creative with it, but I did, you know, play into the double, like, different versions of me, because I really love stuff like that. But I think she just wanted to take people to my world. It was like I was pretty much Godzilla in the video, so that was the whole inspiration.
What do you want people to take away from that record, man? It's high energy, it's heavy, you're rapping, you actually spitting. And even when I look at the video, I feel nostalgic. Like I get, the video kind of reminds me of Missy Elliott era.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. That's crazy.
Like, nah, for real. And that's, I mean, these are people who made iconic music videos. This is Video Music Awards. I'm like, okay, this is Flo Milli is in her moment right now.
Yeah, for sure. I just want people to feel empowered, you know, like that's why I make music, to like make people feel confident, but also just to have a good time and have good vibes. And I think, you know, words have, like, songs can have affirmations in them, so that's really what I want people to take from it, is the energy that I'm putting in it. But yeah, that's a major compliment to be compared to Missy Elliott. Like, she's an icon, legend. So yeah.
Well, you're still dropping singles off of this project, but I gotta ask, are you working on a new project already? Have you begun thinking about that, or are you still just focused on getting everything creatively around this one?
I'm always trying to think ahead, so I've been working, but like, we're working on the deluxe, putting that out, you know, and still promoting this before tour. So we're gonna take it one step at a time, but I'm definitely working on new music too.
You know, you're at an exciting point in your career. At this point, what do you want Flo Milli to be known for?
I want Flo Milli to be known for inspiring other women, and they always told me, like, as long as you inspire one person, then, you know, that's enough. And that's how I feel. Like, if I'm doing my job, that means, like, one person is at least inspired by the change I made in this world. So that's what I want people to see Flo Milli as.
Come on, holding it down for the chocolate baddies, spitting that people can relate to. I love it. Last question. When it comes to your music and when you're creating, what is most important to you?
What's most important to me is that I'm staying true to myself and that I'm satisfied with the music. Because I never want to get lost in what other people want, because I feel like I'm what got me here, and what I wanted is what they essentially wanted. So I never want to lose sight of that when I'm making music and stuff.